Uh, Here we go, baby. Let's find an alleyway through this eelgrass. Yo, it's the Latin Bass Assassin. What's up? What's happening? And we are fishing Lake Guntersville on a nice Sunday morning. Just enough breeze to put some ripple on the water, cool you down, but not enough to cause chaos. We are fishing this. There's like a little, I don't even know where I'm at. There's that little island right there. There's a drop off and a channel that comes between that island and another island on the other side. And in that channel, the grass stops somewhere in there. I'm trying to get my worm down to where the grass stops. See if there's any fish down there. Kind of chilling, waiting till something pops out that grass. It is about 12 feet out there. I am in 14 feet. It slowly drops down. And I think at about the 10-foot mark, the grass starts to give way. A lot of details that you guys might not care about. Some details you might. Who knows? I just provide them. You guys use what you can out of that information. Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing. I don't know if the community excommunicated Mark, or if he's come back. Maybe he's hiding in the shadows. Mark might not put a comment. He's hiding in the shadows, and he's just trying to prove his own science and be like, look, if I don't say anything and he catches a fish, he doesn't know I'm there. Maybe it's a mental thing. So if he doesn't know I'm there, he'll fish differently. Either way, I miss you, Mark. I'm a little sad that I didn't catch him a fish, but that is life. So on the live streams, I believe we are 3-2 maybe on catching fish. So 2 of them we did not catch fish. The one where Mark was in is one of those. Sorry, Mark. Had to keep it real. So I'm going to fish this for a little bit. I'm throwing a worm out there. There's piles of eelgrass. Let me zoom you guys in. You guys can see that floating patch of eelgrass right behind my boat. That's the kind of stuff that I got to go through. Not a fan, but that's life fishing out here in Guntersville. Eelgrass gets torn up, then becomes little floating mats, causing chaos for your fishing, for your motors, all kinds of stuff. Makes it a little harder to work moving baits. You got to find the little alleyways or find areas that don't have a lot of floating eelgrass in them at that point in time, based on the wind patterns, because that eelgrass will be on one side of the lake once, and then later in the day it'll be on the other side. So the next live stream that I do, this one will end in at the 30-minute mark. The next live stream that I do, I'll go to a location that doesn't have cell phone service, or at least reliable cell phone service, to push the the video footage to you guys. I'm going to try the Starlink. I'm going to see if it works with the GoPro. Yesterday it didn't work with my Insta360. But if it works with the GoPro, I might just have to suck it up and be like, okay, bro, the GoPro is the only way that you're going to get video to people in... Oh, you got to be kidding me, bro. I missed one. The GoPro will be the only way you'll be able to get video to people live from the areas that don't have cell phone service. So you guys will have to just deal with the GoPro's angles. I'll try and come up with something creative that will allow me to move the camera around like this app does. See, I can easily move it around to see whatever I want you guys to see. But the GoPro, I have to physically move that camera. Which I am not a fan of, but that's where we're at right now. I'm doing everything I can to bring you guys the live fishing action when you're not able to go fishing, or maybe even when you're fishing. Like I said, after this one, I'm going to go to the remote location. Wow. Cellular remote. Remote in terms of cellular service. Not, I mean, there's people in houses all over the place, but the cellular service is what I'm concerned about. I'm going to take you guys to that location, hopefully catch some fish, but more importantly, get you guys the video of me either catching or not catching, but still get you guys the video. Oh, the other problem that I have is the microphone that I have on right now. You guys can hear me clearly. Everything's all good. But with the GoPro, I'm going to have to get some hardware in order to power it up or keep it charged and feed it audio. Because you won't get clear audio like this with the GoPro. Gunner is fishing. What's up, dog? Now, I need to ask, is this my boy Gunner from the hood, or is this Gunner that I know from over here in Guntersville, or is it a different Gunner? Let me see what Hustle suggested. Let's see here. He said, GoPro chest rig should be good casting and catching view. So the only problem that I have with that is that most of the time when I'm fishing and I'm reeling, I reel away from, or like I move my body with my rod. So I might have to change my reeling technique, because if I don't, then you guys are just going to be going back and forth like this, back and forth, back and forth. And that's the problem that I see. Because I have that chest rig and all that other stuff. I use it during the tournaments. But it will slightly change the way I fish. And then it seems like that gives me a lot of stuff, like in the region where my hook set is and stuff like that. Has caused some issues for me before, but hey man, we'll make it work, because I'll just have to pay more attention maybe, because right now we're out here fishing to have a good time, not for a tournament or anything like that. So we can make alterations just to get that footage, but we'll have to see. And I think it's a little harder for people to find my lives when they're on the GoPro, but you guys tell me. We are at the 10-minute mark. That means we got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left. This point has given us nothing. So we'll just mosey on down the point and follow this same pattern, but all the way around. There's a channel off to this side that it eventually drops off into. Maybe there'll be one or two posted up on that. So onward. Let's make it happen. I'll still be casting behind me and letting that worm soak a little bit. See if we can't pick one or two off on the move. Nothing saying we can't. Mark, are you hiding in the shadows, bro? Are you lurking, Mark? Or did Mark really self-excommunicate? A lot of eelgrass, a lot of eelgrass. Where you guys pointed? To nowhere, of course. All right, babies, let's go. Let's get that energy back up. The heat's come up. Let's get the energy up. Let's match that energy. Oh. Hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Making me laugh all the time. He's watching me laggy. But not everybody's got that dedication like you, dog. What up, doggy man? What's happening? Where we at? Okay, still pointed. All right. So there's a fair amount of eelgrass floating here. And that makes sense because the wind is blowing in that direction, so it's all coming from the other shoreline. That's grass. Well, doggy man, we're not doing too bad today. Can't complain. Caught ourselves a 3.5 pounder, I think 3 dinks, and then a 5 pound, 8 ounce largemouth. So can't complain. I'm throwing a chatterbait. A lot of grass here. A lot of eel grass. Trying to see where this grass disappears at. Okay, so same concept. There's another point headed in this direction. I'm gonna try and there to there. Got it. All right, from that to that. So I'm gonna try and Drop a worm down in there. We're going to go to the edge of that grass. Oops, sorry, you guys don't even know what I was pointing at. If we stay over here, we might be able to get to the edge of that grass line, let the boat block the grass so we don't have to deal with too much eelgrass. Because when you cast perpendicular to it, it takes your line, starts drifting it, or drifting with it and whatever. Hurts the feel when you're trying to let it sink down there and sit there for a little bit. But now if I'm right in the direction of the wind, maybe the boat blocks some of the eelgrass, and then we have a clear path back. We can let it soak. We do whatever we gotta do. I'll let you guys see that area that I'm casting to. I mean, don't think that I have the strength to cast all the way over there. I'm just casting to the point that comes out a little bit. James, I am fishing Lake Guntersville in Alabama. I assume you've heard of it. And look at that eelgrass, guys. I think you guys can see that. Maybe right there. Just a patch of eelgrass. Just being a pain in my eelgrass. All right, so we're dragging this worm. I feel the grass popping through the grass. Dodging that eelgrass on the top. So guys, gotta get the camera right. There we go. That makes more sense. Zoomed in a little bit rather than getting that fisheye view. Oh, James coming in from New York. All right. Appreciate you showing up. I'll try and catch a fish while you're here. No promises, my dude, but that's always the goal. Came to the middle section of the boat so I can get a little more casting distance. I could go to the back of the boat, but that's where you guys are at. That's where my homies fish from. They fish from the back of the boat. I am fishing for largemouth. There are some smallmouth here. I have not seen them, but I think they're a little hot, up north on this lake. Yo, what up, Pork Chop? You're back. By popular demand, Pork Chop is back. This is causing a little more issue than I thought, all this eelgrass, but don't cry about it, bro. Catch a fish. If this doesn't pan out in a couple more casts, then I'll get closer to the bank and start throwing that chatterbait. No, I feel like these fools should be biting right here. But what do I know, man? Yo, Pork Chop, did you come to remind me of the heat, bro? So I could be like, man, he's right. It is hot out here. All right, last cast with this worm, and then we're going to move through here with the chatterbait. Let's make it a good one. Again, after this live, which will end at the 30-minute mark, I will be heading to a location that does not have cell phone service. I'm going to try and connect through the GoPro or through the Starlink and the GoPro and see if the video is not choppy. I hope it's not. If it isn't, then we can go to different locations. Just won't have the cool camera angles of the 360. That's a bust. That's a bust. Bust that chatterbait out. Time to go shallow. Yo, Pork Chop, I think you need to say that a little louder, bro. You gotta say that a little louder. I don't think they can hear you from Louisiana. Dude, I'm seeing them mark right here on the fish finder. Oh, that's making me mad. Oh, that's making me mad. Maybe I should have thrown a jig. Maybe I should have thrown a jig. We're in roughly 10 feet of water. Grass coming up to about 6 feet or so. I should probably, if I was smart, check my line for abrasions. going through all this grass, but you know, it's just a chatterbait, bro. Added to the list of baits that I've lost. Need to go and consult with this crane over here. See where the fish are at. See if he'll give me the secrets. Where they at, dog? Is the camera still? Yep, yep. All right, camera's good. Camera's good. Can see a grass patch over there. Whoa, got a little weight going on. What's our time mark? What's our time mark? Uh-oh, I got 4 minutes to catch a fish on this one. All right, so remember, guys, I will be going. It will take me about 15 minutes to set everything up because I got to pull the Starlink out of the compartment and all this other chaos. It'll take me that long to set all this up. But once we're set up, the thing about the GoPro is you can go indefinitely just fishing. You don't have to worry about the 30-minute cutoff that this camera has. But anytime I move to another location, I gotta put the Starlink away because it is not ruggedized for bass fishing boats. And the pounding that they take out here. What's our mark? We got 3 minutes left. Uh-oh. Got to go to church. Okay. Appreciate you stopping by, Pork Chop. Make sure you pay attention while you're there, dog. Don't just be thinking about fishing. We might not catch a fish in this live here, guys. Mark, are you hearing this live? Show yourself, Mark. We got a little bit of time left. How much time we got? We got 30 seconds. Uh-oh, this has got to be a buzzer beater. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next 15 minutes or so. Set up at a different location. It might work, it might not. Only one way to find out. So, fish around and find out.